Sideways markets drive you crazy, don't they? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Let me see if I can help you make sense of this sideways market in Bitcoin today. Glad you stopped by. This is the Jim of All Trades channel, and I'm Jim. I trade crypto, and I trade on the Forex, and here to help you understand the market through an Elliott Wave lens. That's what we do here. I try to help people see the benefit of Elliott Wave and apply it to the market on a semi-daily basis anymore. Used to be every day. Working on going full time here, and we'll get back to daily videos. But until then, we bring them as we see something worth sharing in the market. So don't forget, this isn't financial advice. Just share my views of the market and how I look at these wavy lines on the screen. Let's jump in. We're going to look at Bitcoin today. All right. So what we've been doing, let's actually zoom out just a little bit more, just to get some context here. So you might say that we've been, going relatively sideways here. We've had some ups and some downs here, but this is a $4,000 swing, so it's not super sideways here. And then we've had another, that's a $3,000 swing right there, or 2,000 at least. Yeah, 3,000. Excuse me. And then we've just kind of been trading within this range between 9,800 and 10,000, 11,100, and the last several weeks we've been between 10.6 and 10.9 and not going really anywhere. And so what's going on? Is this just a sideways market and consolidating? I mean, yes and no, yes, but there's actually shape to this. There's actually a pattern here that you can actually see and begin to understand. Okay, so let me try to show it to you, and so you can get it and try to make some sense of it here. Now, to see what's coming next, we need context. Okay, we need context. So we've got this move off the top. It's a 5-wave move, and then we got a 3-wave pullback. We got another 5-wave move, and this is actually a 3-wave pullback. I don't know any other way to interpret it. Interpreting that as a 5-wave is dangerous and difficult, in my opinion. It just doesn't make sense as a 5-wave structure. It looks eerily similar to that right there, which is a clear correction within this context. Okay, and it looks even similar to this corrective wave there. All these corrective waves that have further downside, just looks very, very, very similar. Okay, so that's point number one. That I'm identifying this as a corrective wave right here, and that's critical. Okay, that because if that's not a corrective wave, it's impulse. Okay, you say, well, Jim, what's the implication of both? Okay, well, if it's impulse, that means it's the direction of the impulse is the direction that the wave is going. Okay, so if it's impulse, guys, then what you're saying is that's a 1-wave impulse. Okay, 3-wave pullback, and we're going to get higher highs coming. That's what we're waiting for. So we're waiting for this to play out. Okay, that's if your conclusion is that's an impulse, and if you think this is actually a 3-wave correction, like I believe, that means you believe that all the impulses are down. Okay, so in other words, this was an impulse down. That's clear as day. 3-wave pullback. You would expect impulse down, and that's what you got right there. Okay, so what is this in the context here? What is this in the context of that? Well, let's talk about some ideas as to what it might be. Go down to the 1-hour chart here, get some more definition here. Right now, my interpretation is that this is actually a 5-wave impulse, and you're tempted to say that's your 5 waves right there. Okay, you're tempted to do that, but I'm not doing that right now. I think the 4th wave is right there, and if I showed you on the smaller time frame, you'd see it. So there's the impulse right there, invisible 4th wave right here in this gobbledygook, and then a short 5th wave. Okay. Now, what I believe we got after that 5-wave move is what we call a flat. The reason I believe that is this was a 3-wave move, and we didn't get a 5-wave move to the downside. We got a 3-wave move down. So that's a 3 and then a 3, and so the next wave is 5 waves. Okay, and we culminate and finish that wave right there at 5 waves. All right, that's what I think. as a possibility. So if that's the case, then that gives us, this isn't just sideways motion. This right here, the sideways stuff, is functioning as a fourth wave here, and that's your fifth wave to the upside. So you got a run, some kind of a running flat there, and then a fifth wave to the upside. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and that's the end of your flat. It's the end of the flat. And so what's this then? Well, let's take a peek at it now. So it gives us context. So now we can zoom in and look and see what this is. 15-minute chart. What do we got? When I put the fibs on here, okay, what I see here is we got a 1, 2, and this came all the way to the 2618. So that's an impulse. However you define it, it's an impulse. Okay, the way I'm defining it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, doing that same little dumpy 4. But whenever you ever get the straight down move here and it finishes, you know, it blows the waves out of the water, and this just happens over and over and over. I mean, right here is an impulse right there, and it just blows the fifth wave, you know, blows that little fourth wave out of the water. Don't get much of one. Okay, it just likes to hurry and finish. You don't get a chance to trade it. So I'm considering this as an impulse wave to the downside. Okay. Let's see here. This I'm considering as wave number 4. Okay. And here's my fifth wave, wave 5. Okay. And so we're starting on an impulse to the downside. Okay. Then it looks like we got a 3-wave move to the upside. Okay. So let's check that out here. Let's see if that's what I'm doing is just kind of showing you my process of conclusions here. And this came to the 127 extension. It is a beautiful definitional 3-wave move there. It's a flat. It's a 335. Okay. If you wonder where the 335 is, here it is. 3, 3, and then 5. Okay. So that's the way I'm looking at that, is a flat right there. So the way I would interpret this so far is I've got a 5-wave and a 3-wave. And now what's this? Well, it appears to me to be a 5-wave to the downside. That it's kind of impulsive. It's a 1-wave. It's choppy. It's kind of like this was, okay? And then we got the 3-wave pullback here that was pretty choppy, a 1, 2. And this is just kind of a choppy 1, 2, okay? So if we put the fibs on this little guy right here, it's kind of come fairly deep, okay, to be a corrective wave, but it still could be a corrective wave. Corrective waves can come to the 1618. Generally, they don't. They don't. So we got to keep our eyes open for the possibility of this being, you know, something other than a corrective wave. But right now, I'm interpreting this as a 3-wave move, okay? Once that 3-wave move is over, I would expect to get some more downside to go. So even though price seems to be choppy here, what we've done is we've broken this down and made sense of it. And you can kind of see, excuse me, you can kind of see the head and shoulders, the head and shoulders being formed here. And in that Elliott wave world, that's just the end of one wave and the beginning of another. Let me just kind of show you here. So, you know, when you finish a 5-wave move like that, okay, there's 5 waves, finishes it out, and then you get an ABC. Okay, there's your head and shoulders right there. That's what a head and shoulders is. Now, head and shoulders could also be, this could be the 5th wave, the end of a C wave or something like that, and then we could get another 5-wave move down. Okay, and it's a larger head and shoulders that goes down a lot more. So, you know, who knows if it's a a 5 wave followed by ABC that's going to end up going up, or if it's going to continue going down if the reversal is happening. I don't trade off of head and shoulders or chart patterns. I'm just kind of showing you that that's what it really is. What you're really looking at is an Elliott wave structure there. So anyway, so we have a little bit of a head and shoulders here forming, which would basically be we got a 1, 2, okay, and now we're starting to get the next waves to the downside. That's the way I'm interpreting this for now. So what do I expect? Well, a couple things could happen. Again, I don't know what's going to happen, but a couple things could happen. We could simply get we got a 3 wave there. We could get a 3 wave and then another 3 wave that doesn't break this high, and then we could go down like that. Or we're going to be heading down from here pretty soon. And a continuation of this move. Now, this move, to me, is a very large 1, 2, 1, 2, and now we're getting another 1, 2 to the downside. The next wave, if it goes down, is going to break this bottom decisively, in my opinion. If it goes down, if this analysis is correct, we're going to break this wave decisively, okay, and we're going to retest these lows down here, okay. Now, where would I expect it to go? Well, guys, if this 1, 2, 1, 2 count to the downside is actually what it is, guys, it's a huge wave. Okay, it's very large. You're talking 1, 2. At least down to here, but probably down to here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Down to here, 3, 4, 5. I mean, at least a shape like that. At least, minimum. So we could get maybe a 3-wave pullback, another 5-wave move, and then off to the races. Who knows? Lots of different ways that can place. But this is if my 1, 2, 1, 2 count is correct, then that's what we're looking at. Okay. What if we're bull? What if we're thinking bullish? How do you interpret this? Well, number one, my bias is the bull count that I just gave you, just so you know. Okay. You would have to, number one, interpret this as a 5-wave impulse move. Sorry, just checking on a trade of mine here in Aussie dollar. Sorry. You'd have to interpret this as a 5-wave move. Okay. I personally don't like it as 5 waves for several reasons. It doesn't measure right, for one. It looks more. It looks more delineated in 3 waves. Okay. 3, 3, 3. And I don't even like that last 3, but, or you could just say 5, 3, 5, like that. Okay, which right here, this is 5, 3, and then a 5. Not that wave is difficult for a lot of reasons, but you'd have to interpret it as a 5 wave if you're going up, because you'd have to have 5, 5. Then you'd have to wait for 3 waves down, so you'd have to interpret this as 3. And then we'd be looking for impulse. Now, this does look like an impulse here. This is a 5-wave move. But I'm asserting that it's a C wave. A, B, C. It's a C wave of a flat, and that this is the beginning of a new wave to the downside. So that's the way I'm interpreting it. But if you're bullish, you're thinking this is a 5-wave move. This is going to be a 3-wave move to the downside and then up. And so either way, I think we're looking for one more hit down. Could be a 3-3-3 or a 5-3-5. So either way, it's fine. And then up we go. Or if I'm right about the 1-2-1-2, the next wave that starts going down, if it's a 1-2-1-2, guys, it's going to be very impulsive. Okay, it's going to come way down. It's going to continue on past and beyond what I just shared with you. Okay? All right, that's what we're looking at. That's what's at stake. I hope that helps you understand. So sideways markets, there's really a structure there, and you just have to understand we're actually at a turning point. When you start going sideways, it's actually a turning point. It's either a break and consolidation wave, like a 2 or 4 wave, or it's any number of corrective waves, but it means more to the downside most likely. So that's my take on it. More downside is the way I'm looking right now. Of course, I'm ready to be wrong. I'm going to trade it to the upside if I see any information that's telling me that direction. But for now, my bias is still down. Nothing's changed my mind. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, help the YouTube algorithm, and leave some comments. That would really bless my day. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.